What is going on, patio tanks? Another day, another video for you guys. It's been like a whole week, but just a little bit update of how the fries are coming along, and a little bit of issue in this hot weather, and some noob mistake. You know, it shouldn't have been a mistake, but just to update you guys. But well, I wouldn't say there's no mistake, but then within the past few days, it's been super hot, so I left this heater unplugged, and a few died, just a few, probably like 3 or 4 only from this tank, or from this fry batch right here, but nothing major. I did do a water change from this, and they're all super great. So this tank is really healthy. These fries down here with the female are doing great. This time I'm trying and I'm experimenting something a little different. I am, trying to see how natural the females are with the baby, in their natural state of form, or habitat. See how she takes care of the babies. So far, you can't really see the babies right now because it's kind of dark, but so far all the babies are looking good. They're all swimming. They're fine. So the mom is, in my opinion, doing a great job of taking care of the babies. I don't know if this is true or not, but I've seen her picked up 1 or 2 that are slightly swimming a little funky. So maybe she know that they're not in their nature or natural state of mind. Maybe when they see a defect one, they kill it off and just let the strong ones survive. You know, I've seen them eat the eggs off of the floor or the plate, but they only eat the bad eggs and then left the good ones staying. So maybe that's their form of understanding which one are good and which one are bad, you know, killing off the bad traits and leaving the good traits in. And then from the last video, they laid eggs, they did their thing, but I think 2 days ago I did a water change, and I think I might have disturbed them. I didn't do a water change to this tank specifically, but I was up and around and moving around a lot, so I think I might have disturbed their peace on breeding and protecting their eggs. So I think, you know, the female got a little overprotective and jealous, and me just moving around disturbed their peace a lot. So she just decided to eat all the eggs. I think he does too. This is the 3rd time eating eggs already, so I think he's have a field of, you know, eating eggs. But overall, almost every time when there's a good female in the tank that does not eat eggs, he does not eat eggs either. So I think he goes along with whatever the female does. These 2 right here, you know, I was really hoping that I get a really good looking golden base type from this batch. Some type of coke, a very good color, and pearls, especially from this batch. I'm not expecting good structure or fins and tails, but I'm expecting good coke, good pearls, and good color from this batch. Very crazy colors, but we'll see. We'll wait for the next batch. I'm not expecting them to breed anytime soon. They are cleaning a lot like usual, getting very little nippy. It's been about a few days already that they've cleaned their eggs up, so I'm gonna wait on that, see how they do in a few days, and then prep them again for breeding. But I might pause them, but I do have a lot of fries that I need to you know, sell, so we'll wait out for that. And then you know, I have a few projects that I want to do. I'm gonna be keeping these males as breeders because they're really strong and good looking males. And aside from that, I do have this golden base. He's coming along super nice. His coke is slowly forming, and his colors is, you know, just as amazing as usual. I like it a lot, and I try not to do a lot of water changes for the golden base. Like these 2 guys down here, this one is having a hard time. I'm having a super hard time to groom this guy right here, and he's a little bit easier. His coke is coming slowly. This guy is just a headache to groom, because one day I'll come home, it'll look big, and the other day it'll just deflate all the way. So I might be letting this guy go. His colors and pearls is superb. I love it a lot. I love his colors a lot. It's just super hard to groom this guy right here. And I'm not even gonna say that I'm a groomer, you know. I can't really groom, but then sometimes you can't really fight genetics. So if a fish doesn't pop off correctly, you know, I'm positive giving it time would be a great idea. But I'm also positive that you can't fight or groom genetics. Well, sometimes when genetics come, it just comes. But sometimes when that's the end of it, that's the end of it, you know. So I'm just gonna try to see if I could groom this guy anymore before I let him go, because I do have a buyer who's interested, but at the same time I really want to see him pop off for me before I let him go. And a really sad news for you guys. If you guys are a long time follower, you guys watch this video, you guys know who this fish is, what this fish has done for me and the Flowerhorn hobby, locally and across the nation. A lot of people and across the world, a lot of people see this fish and they know this fish, they love this fish, they like this fish a lot. But you know, I think it's time that he might be retiring. He got sick over the last week. He stopped eating for about 2 weeks now, and he has I think internal parasite. His stomach was super bloated. He was upward in that position for a long time, and I stopped feeding him for about a week now. I didn't notice, but I think I went back and looked at some of my old footage that I recorded of him. I think it's about or almost 2 weeks now, and his stomach was a little bit bulgy. He had a hard time. He's always had this issue where it's hard for him to poop, and I'm so glad, you know, as a Kamfa lover, he's sick, and he has internal issues, but he still thrives to look good for me every single day. Even though, look, he's still a finger chaser, you know. He thrives. He looks at my finger, he does all these stuff, he still greets me, and that's what I love about Kamfa the most. That's why I keep my Kamfas. But you know, I'm gonna try my best to cure him. I've put Claire into him. I put Claire into the tank. I put the blue dye into here just in case there's anything fungal growing on him or in him. And yeah, I've tried my best to sustain him so he can come back and go to the comp. But every single day I come home from work and it's just been declining and declining and declining. So I'm you know, I don't want to lose hope, but I want to just keep trying my best and you know, give him the best until the very end, because this is a very nice fish that I've groomed and won Grand Champ, not once but twice under his name, and he's really nice. And I would love to do him some justice for him, make him live a little longer. But you know, if he's in pain and it doesn't look good, I'm gonna put him out of misery. I don't want to see my fish suffer, and that's the most important thing for a good looking fish like him. And aside from that, you know, I always have a hard time letting go of some really good looking fish like this guy down here. I know I haven't discreet his name yet, but when it's time for him to go, I'll put his name out there, make sure that he is not forgotten. He is a really nice fish. But this guy right here, he has been my replacement for this guy down here. I love this guy so much. He is a pain in the butt to groom, but I enjoy grooming him. I enjoy looking at him every single day. And although I might have a hard time letting this fish go, or you know, putting him down, I might not have that much of a harder time, because this fish right here has been an amazing fish for me in general. A lot of people who come, a lot of my customers who come and see this guy, they love this guy so much more than this champ down here. But don't get me wrong, not just because he's people like him more, but they love his coloration. Everything about him just looks so much better. So I do love this guy a lot, and I did say at the beginning of one of my old videos, I think about 4 months ago or 5 months ago, saying that I'm gonna buy a fish, and this fish, I choose him over any of my fish in the past. And this is him. He's a really nice fish. A little update on him. Hopefully he makes it to the October comp. He is not quite there yet, but I would love for him to show up to the October comp if possible. Aside from that, I do have a lot of fries. A little bit of problems that I've been running into are the crowdedness of my tank. These fries, they're so crowded that they poop so much, and they I try not to feed them so much, but I want them to grow fast. There's a lot of them in here that are growing up, catching up to the ones over there already that I separated, and I've been feeding them single individually. So these guys are growing super fast, super well. Let me know if you guys are interested. I send only strictly in the United States. If you guys are from India, Philippines, in Africa, I know a few in the UK or in Europe, you guys message me. If you guys are in Indo or Malaysia and Thailand and you guys want my fish, I'm very sorry because I do not ship over there, only in the States. If I could figure out a cheap way to send out of this United States, I definitely would, but at the moment I can't, and I don't know how to. I would only be sending in the United States only. So with that being said, I'm sorry once again, only in the United States, all right? But once again, one of the issues that I've been running into a lot is these, like, I want to expand more and only have about 500 fries in these big tanks, 75. But it does not seem to be possible because I'm very limited on space. So I'm keeping about 1,000 fries in there, and every time I feed them, they eat, they poop, and there's a big pneumonia spike, and I would have to do 2 times water change per day. Sometime I would have to do 80% water change with the water hose going in there and siphoning water out, and then as it fills up, once it's done filling up, I would take out the siphon and then add a little bit more water. But oh yeah, well, that seems to work. But one of the other things that I do run into is, since pneumonia is so high, I've had a high spike of death rate within this the past few days because it's heat's high, pneumonia's high, so nitrate's high. Saying that it's in green water would honestly say that it's best for them, but with them pooping so much, a lot of them in here, a lot of them do die off. So yeah, I got nothing to say and defend myself, but just having to do more water change per day. I do 1 water change in the morning and 1 water change in the evening, so that helps my butt a lot. But it has gotten a lot hot, and so they poop a lot more because it helps with their digestive system and whatnot. So but I'm gonna try my best to sustain every one of them, but the cold ones, the ones that do look ugly, deformed and everything, I cold those. I feed it to my bigger fish, and if they do die off, I'll just put it into the ground as decomposers. But yeah, that is it for my video. Sorry for the last portion that is kind of boring, because I do have this tank right here, that one over there, and this 55 in the back over here. That is it for paleo tanks for this video. Give me a thumbs up, comment down below what you guys like, what you learn. I did have a great suggestion from one of my viewers as well too, but as a YouTuber, I like to do it how I want to do. I know it's very boring. I've told a lot of my viewers that my YouTube video is very boring, and I just want to be informative, because there's not a lot of YouTuber who talks about Flowerhorn in this day and age in English, because a lot of them are in Tagalog, Thai, Malay, Indo, speaking their own native tongue, and it's kind of hard because we don't have anybody in English speaking in English about Flowerhorn, and I want to be the one who gives you guys from my own experience of how I keep my Flowerhorns, so you guys can get an idea of what you want to do. I'm trying to do the most basic aside from community tank, because I think I've done it in a community tank before already. So if you guys want to see in community tank, go back and look at my older videos. Strictly cichlid tanks, parrots, vejas, and flowerhorns. I've done 2 or 3, 4 discus in there too, but they got bullied pretty hard, so I wouldn't do discus or any form of those thin fish. Yeah, so that is it for patio tanks. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, or on Facebook on YouTube, comment section down below. That is it, patio tanks. Deuce, adios. I'll see you guys in the next video.